Mm.
Also, if I ask for a book, you can pass me a book, and then you can maybe show the book to the camera or something if
Yeah.
you want to.
There we go. Okay, so let me see. We aren't live. Oh yeah, we're live. Okay.
Go.
Okay. So you're gonna sit there.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're live.
Oh.
Excuse us for a moment. No, don't leave it like that for a moment.
Okay.
Excuse us for a moment while we get set up. We'll be right here. Hang on. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to, let's see, we're going to Command Tab. Okay, there's that. Okay, so that's not camera 2.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting set up, so this is going to be a good one today, folks. Hang in there. We're getting ready. Here, you want to see us while we do this? I'm going to go to Super Source. So here we are. Hi. Okay, so I'm just going to check something real quick here. Okay.
I don't know. He's doing
Okay,
technology
go ahead
stuff.
and talk a little bit.
Hi, I'm James Pino. I'm the animal guy. I'm the reason these podcasts are done. I want to educate people about animals
Okay,
and stuff.
perfect. Okay. So, we are really ready today. I have animals. Do I have animals to use?
You will. You will.
Okay.
You will.
So today's podcast, welcome to Animal Education Podcast Live, Episode 2. We've improved a few things for our lives. All our previous were pre-recorded. This is our second live. And as you can see today, we are going to be talking about living fossils. I can make all that go away. Living fossils.
And how that's kind of not a great term.
That's right. It's kind of a misnomer.
The scientific community really tries to avoid it.
Yeah.
Like the guy singing "Avoiding the Grinch," basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, but
so
let's get into that. So first off, we have to start with.
So you can do your next slide.
The most famous of all the living fossils, quote unquote.
Okay.
This is the coelacanth.
Okay.
Now, yeah, specifically West Indian Ocean coelacanth. I believe there's 2 species or subspecies, but the point is, so the coelacanth, however you want to say it, I believe it's supposed to be coelacanth. I think I said coelacanth a lot when I was a kid. So yeah, so it. Oh wait, I should probably switch to that camera.
Yeah, so you can go to camera 3.
Camera 3. Oh no, there we go. I can do technology. Yes. So here's
so
the coelacanth. I think you're supposed to say coelacanth, or maybe that's the British American thing. Sometimes we say animals differently.
You see how big the little model is in.
Yeah, but you can see. So this is its scientific name is Latimeria chalumenae. Its class Actinistia, which I believe is special because that's not like most fish. It's kind of like, I think that's more like the primitive lobe, quote unquote lobe fin fish.
Okay.
Then obviously you have the order Coelacanthiformes.
Okay.
And then this specific family is Latimeridae. I'll get into why that's important later to kind of help explain the living fossil misnomer.
Okay.
This thing is a big fish in real life. It could get up to 6.5 feet long or 6.5 feet long. So yeah.
So like this, if that much taller than me.
Yeah, and it can weigh up to 200 pounds. This is not a small fish.
Yeah.
It's a piscivore, so it eats fish and stuff and other small squids.
So fish that eat
also
fish.
Sometimes to eat it will
Where are we going back? 3?
Oh, I should have gone back to the PowerPoint slide. I'm sorry.
You're showing it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I switched okay, whatever.
I put it back to when you were talking about it.
Okay, yes.
We're getting there. We're live. We're not used to live. Yeah.
So I want to do.
This is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. Okay, you want them to see the creature?
Yes.
Okay.
And so sometimes they do this.
Oh, okay.
They just float like that.
Okay.
And we believe it might be a feeding thing, but it's just kind of funny.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's kind of how, because we were talking about diet, that's kind of how they eat.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. And then its range is off southeastern Africa and Madagascar. There's another species, the Indian, which is more over in Southeast Asian waters.
Okay.
And it lives in the rocky coast, kind of 700 up to 700 feet, in caves and stuff. So not super deep,
right?
But still not exactly a shoreline fish.
Okay.
So anyway, Dad is calling this the Phoenix because it's the most famous living fossil, recognized back from.
Well, I'm calling it the Phoenix because people thought it was gone.
Yes, we thought it was extinct.
Thought it was dead.
We thought this species had been around. Well, the first fossils were found from the Devonian, which is 410 million years ago.
Oops.
Does this book have like? I know it has like a page for each, but does it have like an overall time? Yes. So, if you show them this book,
Okay.
it's this one, the Devonian.
Okay.
So, in the scale of time,
Okay, Devonian over here.
so that is 410 million years ago, and also you can like zone out to see how much time there was before a lot of animals,
yeah.
which is just interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, so coelacanths as a group are old, but that's the thing. This species, the one that we discovered, and was like, oh, this is a living fossil. We were super excited.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, is actually just like the modern species of coelacanth. Yes, it's very similar to other species and genuses,
Okay.
but it's not that. This specific fish did not exist back in the Devonian.
Okay, so you're saying your issue with living fossil
Yes.
is that this is not actually literally a creature that just survived unchanged, unadapted, anything from that period in time. This is like the descendant of that. So it's gone through adaptation.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone through a speciation.
No, it has. It's technically a new species. Yeah.
Oh, so it has.
Or even new genuses, yeah.
Okay. So,
Also,
okay.
we think, because today we only have this, we think of this as coelacanth.
Okay.
But I would like, so if we go to the PowerPoint slide,
So two.
I'm gonna go, you have to hit this and then auto.
Yep.
You will see this fish, and it looks like a coelacanth, but if you kind of look closer, you can see that graphic, how big it is compared to a person.
Okay.
Do you see how big that is?
Yeah, so a lot more than 6 feet it used to be.
Yes.
Okay.
That thing, and this is in the genus Massonia, so like it's like in the family of coelacanths, but it's a completely different species.
Okay.
And like genus and everything.
Okay.
So yeah, and this is from the Cretaceous, so like it might have even been hunted by Spinosaurus. So
Oh.
like, but like you can see that's very different than this. So
yeah.
just saying coelacanths are living fossils, I mean, do those two look the same to you?
Yeah. So it's like a miniature version of.
Oh, actually I should switch to that. So auto, no, shakes. Yeah, I did it. Okay.
Yeah. I think
Also,
you were.
I said the Pokemon name. Look at that. I didn't actually swear.
So yeah. So yeah. I mean, he looks like he really is big. I mean, this model is showing us pretty large.
Yeah,
on
but the
screen
point
here,
is that like it's not that specific coelacanth didn't exist all the way back in prehistoric times.
Okay.
So that's the reason scientists are not, because yes, it is compared to a lot of other species evolution.
Right.
It is relatively similar compared to other evolutions that have happened.
Right.
However, it's not a living fossil. It's its own species.
Okay.
So anyway, next we are going to another one that is relatively famous, but is also a little bit more unique.
Okay.
So this is the northern Tuatala.
Do you want to show them the slide first or this?
Punctuatus. I'll go do it now.
Okay.
So this is class Reptilia, order Rhinocephalia, which will be important in a second.
Okay.
And family Sphenodontidae.
Okay.
So males can get up to 2 feet, while females can get up to 1.5. So females are a little smaller. Oh, I said it to that camera.
No, you're showing them that.
Oh.
3 is this.
Oh, I messed up. Okay.
You just go to 3 so they can.
Yeah, so you can show them that.
Okay.
Males weigh 2.2 pounds. Females can weigh 1.1 pounds. So males are a little bigger, but they're not that different. Small animals, insects, maybe if it can catch like a small mammal, lizard or something.
Okay.
Its range is the North Island of New Zealand. Like, I think technically a little bit on the island right next to it, but mainly the North Island.
Okay.
And it lives in montane environments, like cliffs and stuff, and also temperate rainforests. So, like, kind of like redwood forest or Appalachia, where we're from.
Okay.
Like those more like rainy, but not like super warm.
And it
forests.
looks kind of like just a well, the back half looks like a crocodile or alligator.
Mm-hmm.
The front half looks like your typical lizardy thing.
Here's the thing: tuataras are not lizards.
Okay.
they are the last member of the order Rhinocephalia.
Okay.
Because lizards are with snakes in the order Squamata.
Okay.
So this is not a lizard.
This is not a lizard.
That is actually, yeah.
Well, and like I said, its back end really looks like a crocodile or an alligator.
Yeah,
or something.
so that is not a lizard. But
Okay.
one way to tell them apart is their parietal eye. So, okay.
You want me to get close to the eye? Put on camera 3. I'll get
well,
close
no.
to the eye.
Show them the top of the head.
Oh, okay.
So here's where things get complicated.
Okay.
All Rhinocephalians, or most of them, have a third eye, in air quotes, on the top of their head. Like right here.
Okay, right in front of those little spikes.
Yes. However, in the modern species of Tuatara, as they grow up, that gets covered with scales.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of just like it's kind of like our appendix.
Okay.
Also, it's not like an eye like you're thinking of an eye. It's
Okay.
more just like a light sensing. So like it can tell
okay.
if like a shadow for, let's say, a predator is over it. That's really all it is.
Okay.
But yes, it's so that's one of the, and obviously there's genetic and other skeletal.
So when you say an
differences
eye,
there.
it's not just a defensive thing where it looks like it's looking at you. It actually can sense light and dark.
Yes.
Okay.
But Tuataras grow over it, so they don't really use it anymore.
Okay.
But it's like a leftover thing from other Rhinocephalians.
Okay.
And then let's go to, also again, because this is the modern species.
Right.
There's also another subspecies, the Brothers Island, but this is the main subspecies.
Okay.
Rhinocephalians are a diverse group of reptiles that appeared during the Middle Triassic,
Okay.
244 to 241.5 million years ago.
Okay.
So if we go back to this book, I didn't realize how cool this book is. I like grabbed it when we went to that bookstore in Naperville, but I didn't realize.
What was that? Anderson's bookshop.
So
in Naperville.
So it appeared during the Middle Triassic.
Triassic. Okay.
So it's like the beginning of the dinosaur age. Then they peaked during the Jurassic, where they were the most dominant small reptiles.
Okay.
Well, aka like they basically filled the role of lizards.
Okay.
But then during the Cretaceous, so like the end of the dinosaurs, they started declining.
Okay.
And nowadays, we literally only have one species left on New Zealand, which is super isolated from the rest of the world.
Okay.
So they have to compete with others.
So they started here in the Triassic,
Mm-hmm.
worked through,
And then in the Cretaceous, they started to disappear. And now,
Okay.
in the modern day, we only have the
Very
Tuatara
isolated.
left.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then,
Cool.
so I'm going to go back to 2.
Okay.
And then, as you see here, we actually have another Rhinocephalian on this slide,
Okay.
which it shows just how unique Rhinocephalians are, as this is the very unique aquatic, probably Piscivorous Pleurosaurus. I mean, look, does that look anything like that?
No.
So is it really fair to say that this is a living fossil? Yes, it's the last Rhinocephalian.
Okay.
And it's an ancient descendant, but it's not the Rhinocephalians that lived back in
of
time.
the day. Okay.
That is
okay.
This is
So
the
that's
Rhinocephalian.
your issue with the term living fossil.
Yeah, that's the scientific
Okay.
term. I understand what it tries to mean. It's like this is very similar,
right.
and not as evolutionarily changed compared to species back in the day.
Okay,
but
I
living
gotcha.
fossil kind of I think the problem is that it implies that it is something from back then.
Right.
That
right,
that
right.
specific thing.
like crocodiles or alligators or something have been unchanged really since the time of the
Yeah,
dinosaurs?
but the thing is, like, there's so many different ones.
well, that's true.
Saltwater
okay.
crocodiles weren't around during the age of dinosaurs.
Okay.
Crocodilians
were okay.
or like their ancestors, but not that.
Okay.
Actually, we'll get more into that later with another example.
Okay.
But anyway, we get to move on to
My favorite.
yes, Dad's favorite, the horseshoe crab. Specifically, here we have the Atlantic horseshoe
Okay.
crab. Yes.
3.
Called Lemulus polyphemus is its scientific name. Its phylum is Arthropoda. Its order is Xiphosaura, which we'll get into in a second. And its family is Lemulidae. They can get about 2 feet long in life and weigh up to 11 pounds. They are molluscivore, mainly eating like little crustaceans and shells and stuff. They range from the Atlantic coast from Maine down to the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, and on nearby islands as well. And they live in like mangrove forests and sandy coast, but they live on the coastline. Also, yes, you can see that's their underneath part.
And so I learned something interesting that The only reason they have this tail, it doesn't. It's not like dangerous or anything. I mean, they could swat you with it or whatever, but it's really in case they flip over, so they don't get stranded like a turtle.
Yeah.
They have this tail to flip themselves back over.
Yeah, but as you can see, they do spend most of their lives in the water, but they do come up to lay eggs.
Yeah.
By the way.
And okay, so why this is my favorite? I've seen one. I was out on the beach on the East Coast when I was little, and I don't remember exactly how old I was, but I remember I was little, but old enough that I remember this. I don't remember a good portion of my childhood, so old enough that I remember this. And there was one on the beach, and I was like, wow, I've never seen one of those before. I mean, we've gone crabbing and climbing and all that. It's like, wow, I've never seen one of those before. It was this little guy just scooting around. He was just out of the water and then scooted back in.
I even put it on. My dad saw one in real life. I have to put this here. He made me do it. But
it's the coolest thing I've seen as far as these things.
Horseshoe crabs, he called it the lucky crab. They're not crabs. As a matter of fact, that order, Zyophoria, is unique, and all of them are called horseshoe crabs. Horseshoe crabs is an umbrella term for this whole order. Realize order Carnivora, for example, includes bears, and hyenas, lions, wolves, civets, ferrets,
crocodiles,
badgers,
alligators.
No,
they aren't carnivores.
Carnivora order.
Oh, carnivora.
The mammal order.
Oh, okay.
Don't listen to this man; he's crazy. But anyway, yes, and this order has been around since the early Ordovician, or 480 million years ago. 480 million years ago. So Ordovician is there.
Okay, so on this chart, it's way over here.
Yes, this is a very ancient order. But that's the important thing. It's
and then
order.
We're over here.
Yes. And also, I'd like to note that the also, so you think there's one type of horseshoe crab, right? There you go. Oh, no, I want to go to this. You think there's one type of horseshoe crab, right?
Yeah, this guy.
There are 4 species alive today spread across 3 genera. Or like genus.
That's crazy.
Yes.
So what's the difference?
This is the Atlantic horseshoe crab.
Okay.
There's also
that would have been the one I saw because I was on the Atlantic coast.
There's also the mangrove horseshoe crab from Southeast Asia.
I didn't see that one.
Caricinoscorpius rotundicadua. The southern horseshoe crab.
Didn't see that one.
Tachyphyllus gigas, and the tri-spine horseshoe crab, also known as the Chinese or Japanese horseshoe crab.
Didn't see that one.
Tachypleus tridentas, and I believe southern is more from like Africa. Tri-spine is from like Southeast Asia, kind of like mangroves from Southeast Asia. Japan and China is more the southern horseshoe, the tri-spine horseshoe crab. So they're very spread out.
Okay.
And there's 3 different genuses.
Okay.
Realize that lions and tigers are in the same genus.
And bears, oh my.
No,
they aren't. No, not bears.
Lions and tigers are in the same genus. So that thing, the horseshoe crabs, they all look very similar.
Yeah.
But they are more different than lions and tigers are.
Well, I can tell you this is the coolest looking one because I've seen it.
Also, if we go to this, if you look closely at this PowerPoint slide,
2,
you can see that this is a genera from the different part of the Ordovician 445 million years ago. Does that really look like modern horseshoe crabs?
No.
Let's ignore the color for a second.
Yeah,
we don't know color.
That looks round.
Yeah, it's
and
round.
has like a tail up. It's more of a tail.
Yeah,
the tail
and there's like
back.
different segments. It doesn't look anything like that. So yes. So again, I don't think living fossil. Yes, horseshoe crabs are relatively unchanged. Like that's similar.
Yes,
but that's not the horseshoe crab that lived 445 million years ago.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we have 2 left, and next is the frilled shark.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, this one's a mini, so you're gonna have to do your camera work well. This one's a little harder to talk about because it lives in like the twilight zone. Like it's kind of like the coelacanths, but even deeper right off the coast.
You want to go to the camera 3?
Yeah. Of like near the ocean, like across the ocean, near the sunlight and twilight zones. But so like this thing could get like 1,000+ feet down in the water.
Oh.
And it's pretty rare to see it. I think if they do come to the surface, probably more at nighttime.
Okay.
And a lot of animals do that. They live deeper and then come up at night with like the migration of like certain microorganisms that come up at night, or small fish that come up at night to eat, and they follow them.
These are his frills here.
Yeah, and that's his gills,
His
by the way.
gills.
That's why he's called.
They
a
just
frill
look
shark.
really frilly.
Yeah, so he's in the class
Frill out.
Chrontichthyes, so most modern sharks.
Okay.
Order Hexanechiniformes, and then that's when you get more specifically into the frilled sharks with family
Okay.
Platymendoskidae. I don't know. You can read it on the screen. I don't know. Males can get up to 5.5 feet long, while females can get up to 6'6". So
the females are larger.
Yeah, the females are larger in this
Okay.
species. Yeah, and it's a piscivorous. Also, you can see those crazy teeth it uses to like snag squid and other slippery things.
Right.
So yeah, very unique. And this one's not as known, but it is also known as a living fossils, because frilled sharks, so very similar to that,
Okay.
have been around for 80 million years.
Okay.
But again, not this species or the other modern species, the South African frilled shark, which is pretty similar. I think it might be darker in coloration, but pretty similar. But, and that's since the Cretaceous. But again, not this frilled shark.
Okay.
But also, sharks in general are considered living fossils. Sharks have been around since like the coelacanths 410 million years ago in the Ordovician.
Right.
But nothing like our sharks. The only things that started to resemble modern sharks appeared 380 million years ago. And then the modern sharks' relatives, the Schlecki division of orders, so a whole group of orders,
Okay.
very broad, even compared to the horseshoe crab, appeared 200 million years ago in the late Triassic.
Okay.
But then, I mean, think about Megalodon. Well, some depictions show it's just a big great white shark. We
Right.
really don't know exactly what Megalodon looked like.
Okay.
And there's nothing giant whale-eating shark like Megalodon around today.
Okay.
So is it really fair to call sharks unchanged living fossils
Right.
when there's so many different ones from prehistory?
Right.
You want a crazy example? This is Stephacanthus. Just look at that for a second.
Yeah.
What's odd about that?
He's got a horn on his head.
Yeah.
I mean, on his back.
It's like a fin, flat, with spikes on top.
Oh.
The spine brush complex, which may have been to scare off predators, or only males might have had it to display
To
the female.
display.
But
Okay.
like, nothing has that.
Right.
It's literally flat. Like, let's
It's like a helicopter pad.
yeah, it's like think of like a helicopter pad with spikes over it.
Right.
That's like nothing has that today. No, not even just sharks. No animal has that today.
Yeah. Although I feel like I've seen things like that on older stuff we've looked at.
Yeah, like this shark.
Yeah, I think I've seen it on other.
But
yeah,
isn't that
things.
crazy?
Yeah.
So I don't think you can really call sharks living fossils.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
yes, sharks were around, like the sharks as like a whole group
Their basic structure and
was around since before trees.
Right,
Because trees
right,
appeared
right,
in like
right.
the Devonian. But I don't,
maybe that's the best. That a living fossil kind of is that there are so many aspects and features and characteristics that have survived
Mhm.
over time and remained. That's why they're referred to as living fossils. That those characteristics are living fossils.
The problem with scientists is they want to make sure the public gets the right general idea, even
Yes.
if they don't know the
Yeah.
specific. For example, colossal bioscience brought back the dire wolf.
Okay.
They did not do that. What they did was they modified a gray wolf to more resemble a dire wolf, allegedly.
So some of those characteristics and
Yes.
aspects and physical features. And,
Yes, but the point is, it's
and that
not
kind
a.
of thing.
So scientists are worried because it's not technically a dire wolf,
right.
and it might convince the public that we can just unextinct anything,
Right.
and then they'll stop wanting to support conservation.
Right.
That's not it. We cannot bring back the dire wolf.
Right.
We can bring back something similar, and maybe eventually, if we can bring above megafauna and reintroduce it to the grasslands of North America,
Right.
because if we restore a lot of biomes to their more late Pleistocene environments, it would help the environment fight climate change, things like that.
Okay.
Because humans were part of why they went extinct.
Right.
Part.
Right.
Not completely.
Yeah.
Climate change, we were like the finishing blow after climate change, is the general consensus.
Okay.
But so we probably want to try to restore the environment to keep healthy because we need the environment. That could
Right.
be a whole topic about how the environment helps us.
Right.
And they're worried that this dire wolf thing might make people think that we can just make any species come back,
Right.
even if we can't.
Right.
But in my opinion, as long as we can get people to understand that, I don't really see any harm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And maybe there's ethics about the animals themselves, but if we can do it ethically,
Right.
then so I think we need to find a balance, because scientists are just saying it's completely bad, while the general public's just like, dire wolf.
Right.
So I feel like we need to find a middle ground there.
Yeah.
But I think that's important why things like living fossils as a term need to be discussed
Need
more.
to be clarified.
We could do one with
yeah.
warm-blooded and cold-blooded because that's another term that's avoided.
Okay, hang on 1 second while you get your next thing ready.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure everything's good here. Yeah.
And despite... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Despite all of this, I have one thing I would like to discuss about this living fossil concept.
Okay.
And when Dad comes back, we can talk about it. And he will be excited because this is one of my family's favorite groups of animals.
This is a fun one, too.
This is a species of murder pig, as my dad and my parents lovingly call them. This is the Chacoan peccary. Now, to be clear, peccaries are in their own family, Cassaridae, which is separate from, like, pigs and old world pigs. Peccaries are their own thing.
Okay.
Order Aerodactyla, most hooved animals. There's lots of exceptions, but like horses aren't in that. But
yeah.
And then Mammalia, obviously.
Yeah.
Actually, let me set up the camera for you.
Oh, okay. Three.
What
am I
height,
looking at?
1'7" to 2'3". Length 2'2" to 3'9", and weight is 66 to 95 pounds. Well, this is a relatively big bird. Also, this is not the species you're used to. You're used to the collared peccary from Arizona, which is the one I talk about.
Okay.
And this is more of a folivore, so like leaves and roots and stuff like that.
Okay.
Range Central South America in the dry forests.
Okay.
Now, why is this here? Everything else so far has been like, oh yes, I recognize this is a living fossil. There's been millions of years.
Right.
I mean, peccaries themselves, I think, have only been around for a couple million at most. So what's so special about these murder pigs?
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm going to set it to 2. This
and then
species,
you can add us in the bottom right corner.
This species was first described in 1930 based off of a fossil. Sorry, this genera.
Okay.
This genera was first described based off of a fossil.
Okay.
Then in 1971, scientists found these guys just walking around in Central South America, and we were like, it's alive.
There. So the scientists are walking west down a forest path.
Yeah.
And then this peccary just walks by and goes, dude, and keeps on walking. And one of the scientists is like, what's that?
Yeah. Also, fun fact, the local people knew about, like, they hunted, they lived with this for years, and they call it the tagua. I might have said that wrong. I don't remember.
Where is it?
Right here. Tagua? I don't.
Tagua?
Tagua. That's what we get.
Tagua?
Yeah, and it's really funny because this happens a lot. Like, scientists will be like, this species, we never see it, and people who live there will be like, yeah, we see him every Tuesday. we go to the pub every Tuesday, actually.
Sitting in the pub. Man, we would really love to discover a living murder pig. And the murder pig over in the corner is like, dude, yo, dude, over here.
Actually, I should probably put the camera back to you. So yeah.
Oh, over here? What am I doing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, no, you're there. No,
yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what we call a Lazarus taxon.
Oh,
where
died, came back to life.
Yes, it's
Lazarus.
a species. For example, there's a couple examples, like a species that was extinct in the fossil record, and then we find significantly later in the fossil record.
Okay.
And now there's a gap.
So, so would the assumption be that there were just so few of them?
Maybe.
That the fossil record,
or just
we haven't found them. Right.
Do you
That's
know
what I mean.
how little we've discovered?
Right. That's
so
what I mean.
Fossilized,
there had to be a large enough population that the odds of fossilizing
or it just
existed and then didn't.
Luck Lady Luck came in and just was like, nah.
Right.
Yeah, but this one's also unique because we found its fossil of the genera, not species, I'll mind you, but still genera. And so recently, like less than 1 million, we can probably assume, usually don't assume this, but it's very likely that that specific species evolved into this species.
Okay.
Usually you can't assume that, direct evolution.
Right.
But with how close these are, you probably can.
Okay.
And that's why I would say that this is actually a living fossil.
Okay.
Because we found the fossil,
and
then we found it, and it's been around. And even if it's
unchanged.
a new species, even if it's a new species, it's still in the same genus.
Okay.
And it's still very similar.
Okay.
Because it's probably a direct evolution instead of just like related.
Okay. So this is the only one that may actually qualify by the definition of the terms.
Or like California condors were around during the Ice Age.
Oh, well,
do you count that? Like, But this is the closest to what I would actually count as.
Okay.
But still, again, it's not exact.
Okay.
And there is South America actually has another example of this.
Okay.
This is the bush dog, a unique stout species of canid that lives in small packs. They found the skull fossil in a cave and thought it was extinct, and then they found more of them just walking around in the jungle.
Looks like Maleficent.
Yes, exactly. I think our husky raven is a bush dog. Yes, but yeah. So maybe these you could consider living fossils, if anything.
Yeah.
But still, I understand why it's not exactly always used.
Right,
So yeah,
right.
that is. Yeah, so I think that's really all I wanted to discuss today.
All right.
The living fossils. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I bought the other books, but I don't really.
And here, and I'll tell you, this book is we got at Anderson's Books in Naperville. I'm sure you can get it anywhere.
Yeah.
It's called Dinosaurs Exploring Prehistoric Life and Geological Time, written and illustrated by Rachel Ignatowski.
And she has a bunch of other books in
a
like
series
science
or something.
books.
Okay.
And they also like there's like women's science and
Oh yeah.
like other.
So there's a lot of
things.
cool books she did.
Yeah, I really like this because like it's a kid's book and it is very pretty to look at, but
a
it
lot
also
of good
has
information.
on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So this just proves you don't have to sacrifice design.
Yes. I had this environmental physiology textbook. Oh my god, honestly, it's one of the books I would consider burning, which I almost never do. But god, that book, it's like all black and white with like dull blues sometimes, and then it's walls of text that like that whole book's like a page or two, and it's like, what am I reading? And halfway through the semester, I realized I didn't even need to read it for the class. He told us everything in class.
Yeah.
I didn't even need to read it, so I stopped reading it.
Yeah.
Mom was not very happy, but I got an A, guys, so you can't yell at me.
All right. Well, that was
yeah.
our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for attending our second live. It will be out, and we'll also put it out on all our other audio podcasting.
Also,
strip you out and put it out on if any, what are they? Apple and Google and what are they? There's a billion of them.
Yeah. Also, starting this week on LinkedIn, I will be starting to do my posts again. Well, LinkedIn is new.
Yeah, LinkedIn. So if you find James on LinkedIn, not only he'll have links to all the podcast, video and audio, but he'll be doing animal posts
about 3 times a week.
Yeah,
we're starting going through biomes
right,
and animals in my collection. Also in certain video games I play, like Zoo Builders.
Okay,
I will be going through the animal. I'll go through facts and fun facts, just like in these PowerPoints.
Okay,
and then I will also discuss 3 like interpretations with a physical model, a in-game model, and then some like photo or art.
And I'll when we're done here, I'll put links to the LinkedIn and all of that, down below, and in the audio podcast I'll put it in the description, the link to the LinkedIn, because the LinkedIn will be the best spot. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, but also the LinkedIn will be the best spot, and then through
because also the animals I'm going to cover for a while have not been ones we've covered really. Okay. In any podcast, even if you go back, so it'll be very interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think that is. Let's see. So if we did this and this and I